what is vector database? So in order to understand it, we need to take a simple example. For example, there is an image, and where this image contains information about what is generative AI. So this image contains information, maybe an architectural diagram. Now, whenever I'm trying to ask a question, what is Gen AI? It need to understand what is Gen AI. When I gave a question or a prompt, what is Gen AI? It need to understand or read through this image, and it need to say, give an example, hey, this is what all Gen AI is all about. Now, in order to understand, or in order to help me to give this response, for example, what I'm trying to do is, let's say, what is the traditional approach we have? Now, I'm able to take this image, I can store it into a relational database. How exactly you are able to store it? You can store it in a binary object format. And when you're trying to store it in a binary object format, you are able to store this image file, maybe with respect to the image name or the link. You are able to store it with the metadata, like the name of the image, what is the file format of it, what is the size of it, all of these details we are able to store it. And if you want, you are able to provide even tags. Maybe this image is related to Gen AI, or it is related to Agentic AI architecture, something like that. And if you are having given a text information, so there is another type of information which is a text, or even there is another type of information which is audio. You are trying to store them in binary format or a long text format. You are trying to store it in a relational database. How you query the data in this relational database? With the help of select star from that particular DB name or that particular table name. You are trying to retrieve that particular information. But what is the limitation here? Now, when someone is searching for what is a Gen AI architecture, out of all the images we have, it need to pull out only this image which contains generative AI architecture. But here, we are trying to store the image in a database format. So, in a binary format, in a metadata and the tags information, it is in a structured format. Now, it is unable to really achieve it. So, for that reason, what we are trying to do is, so they came up with a new concept. Why? So, when someone is searching based on a sentence, when someone is searching based on a specific meaning, so now I need to exactly match, or I need to pull out the content which is similar to that sentences. So, which is really impossible with the relational databases. So that's where we got another database called as what? Vector DB, vector database. So what exactly the facility of this vector DB? They are able to perform semantic search. What is the major difference? They are able to achieve semantic search, and the relational databases runs on your regular DQL, data query language, which is running on your SQL, and whereas vector databases run on semantic search. What exactly semantic search? So to understand it, let's try to take an image. For example, this is an image, this is a text file or an audio file. Now we are able to convert this image or this text file into embeddings, or we are able to call them as vectors. We are able to call them as what? Vectors. Something. What exactly a vector is? A matrix. For example, 1, 2, 0.9, 2.3, so on and so forth, some number. So we are able to call, we are converting these images or text or audio into this kind of vector representations. Now you are asking a question. For example, now you are trying to store this embeddings or this vector embeddings, you are trying to store it in vector database. You are trying to store them in vector database. So how exactly the vector database is able to identify the similarity words? Very simple. So the vector database contains a mathematical formula called as cosine similarity. What exactly the formula? Cosine similarity. So the cosine similarity is dot product of A into B divided by det of A, det of B. So now based on this, it is able to identify the similarity of two vectors. Now here you got an image. Let's say this image contains the information about Gen AI architecture. Now someone came and they asked a prompt. So now what is the prompt? So I need to know how exactly what is Gen AI architecture. So this Gen AI architecture, whichever the prompt you have written, is converted into vectors. And again, this images are also converted into vectors. So what exactly, maybe like what is Gen AI? This is also I'm converting into some numbers, 0.9, 0.8, 1.2, something like this. I'm calculating this cosine similarity formula between this and the available vector. So whichever the vectors are having the similarity, the values are getting close to 1. If the value is getting close to 1, we are calling those vectors are similar. So whichever the values are less than 1 or we are getting close to 0, they are called as they are completely opposite. Now what happens, whichever the vectors are similar, we are able to feed that information to your LLM model, or that information I can share it with the user. So that is a basic idea or the mechanism which is running inside a vector database. So this cosine similarity is nothing but this is from machine learning. This is from machine learning, and this concept is called as unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning. Now that's one of the reason. Now whenever you're going back and asking, can you tell me about the best hotels in Hyderabad, let's say. Now based on that prompt is converted into vectors, and within our vector database, we already have a lot of information related to the best hotels in Hyderabad based on the reviews and all of that. They are also encoded or embedded into vector format. They calculate the similarity distance, and based on that, you are able to get the response. So that is called as simply what? Vector database. So a vector database need to support this semantic similarity. So what exactly is semantic here? Now there is a word similarity. You are able to search for the documents based on a keyword. For example, if there is a word called Gen AI, I'm able to. It doesn't mean it is speaking about Gen AI architecture. It can be Gen AI interview questions, or it can be Gen AI in photography, or Gen AI in marketing, or Gen AI in videography, something like that. So it doesn't mean about if there is a word generative AI, it is about architecture. We cannot say that. So now people used to search, even the Google search olden days used to run on keywords. But what is semantic? Based on the meaning of that particular sentence. So the meaning, so even though the words can be articulated in a different way, but the meaning can be same. So now semantic similarity is basically runs on a concept of what? Meaning similarity. So the meaning of one sentence versus another sentence, that is achieved with the help of vector databases. Now a vector database which can support this mathematical algorithm or machine learning algorithm internally, we call cosine similarity, or there are other equations as well which going to support it. We need to choose that as a database. We cannot select what is that relational database as a vector database. The only reason is they run on your SQL, so select start from. Nowadays what people are doing, even the current relational databases are also adding a facility to perform vector search, or we call it as even to perform the semantic search. So they're adding this capabilities of semantic search within their existing databases. Let's say like Postgres, they are supporting even vector search within their databases. They added their functionalities into their databases. So that is a simple difference between what is a vector database and what is a relational database. So why this vector databases are very important? For example, you can use Chroma DB, which is a vector database. You are able to use Pinecone, you are able to use Waviate. These are all your databases which you can use it. And not only that, if you are trying to learn, means if you are trying to target agentic AI, if that is your career, yes, you need to master this vector database, very important. The reason why, if I want to store external data, we call it as what? Context, or we call external data, we are able to store them into vector database. So this approach is called as what? Feeding an external data to your LLM model. We call that approach as RAG architecture. So if you are trying to build RAG architecture or RAG based chatbots in your company, yes, you need to know about vector database, which is very, very important. So now in the interviews, they ask questions on vector database. Why? The latency of vector database is very, very important. If you are asking a question, how quickly it is able to retrieve, and the quality of that semantic information or the quality of that search is very, very important. So it defines the quality of your vector database, how you selected vector database for your project. That is one of the questions they ask in the interviews. I hope you got an idea. Any doubts, please share your views in the comments.